Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mohammed Saim Khan again and welcome back to the course. We are in week 4 of this business tourism course and the topic today, the last video I think most probably of this week, this is about event styling. So we started with the relationship between tourism and events, and further we discussed the impact of event on different industries and other factors. Then we discussed what is event management and event designing, and now it comes to event styling. So without any further ado, let us begin the video. So in this particular video, we'll be discussing, obviously we'll start with the introduction, then we will discuss the difference between an event theme and an event concept, then how to design an event theme, then we'll move to how to design an event concept, and lastly we'll discuss how to hire an event manager, and then we'll conclude. So event styling refers to all the visual aspects of an event, including things like lighting, flowers, and tablecloths. Okay, as you can probably guess, an event stylist is in charge of bringing these features to the life. Typically, they'll follow the event designer's vision and do their best to make sure their work aligns with the client's desires as well. The main differences between event design and event styling are that event designers focus on creating an overall aesthetic of an event and mainly stick to the big picture ideas. And an event stylist, on the other hand, creates and executes the details of that vision. You have a vision, okay, give it to me. I'll create all the details and I'll execute that vision of yours. So that is me, the event stylist. Their job will often involve styling not only the venue but also the food and even the featured attendees, like bridal parties or guest lecturers or staff sometimes too. Okay, so this is the introduction of what is event styling. Moving further, we'll discuss the difference between an event theme and an event concept, how these things are different. So an event theme is the big idea behind the entire shindig. It often involves the overall tone, the structure, and goals of the event. And an event concept, those sound similar but is distinctly unique. So by definition, event concept is the event details and elements that make up the practical aspects of the event itself. For example, if the event designer chooses to do a luau theme, it's the event stylist's job to figure out what activities will take place, what decor elements they'll need, and basically everything else you would need to know to actually host the event. You get the idea? Event theme and event concept. So if this event designer is choosing a particular theme, I'll make it more simple. So a theme, it's a children party and the theme is Disney characters. Okay? So now the job of event stylist, it started. Okay, they have to figure out what activities will take place, like what different decor elements should be there, like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse questions, and different cutouts of these cartoon characters from Disney and all. So tying it all together, event designers spend more time dreaming up the general event theme, while event stylists focus on the event concept, that is bringing the theme to life. So event designer, what an event designer is doing, they are dreaming about, okay, it should be like this, it should be like this. Then they are giving their dream to who? To the event stylist. And what this event stylist is doing? Well, this event stylist is bringing the theme to life. Next we'll move to how to design an event theme. No matter what type of event, corporate, private, etc., you are designing, follow each of these helpful steps and you will be able to design an event theme. Okay, have concrete and detailed event goals as well as system in place for measuring event ROI. ROI means return on investment. Okay, this is the foundation from which all event theme decisions are built. Otherwise what? Otherwise you are just picking random event themes that sound fun. Instead, make sure you and your company or clients are on the same page about why this event is even important to begin with. Right? Several conferences aim to educate marketers on the latest in like search engine optimization, for example, mobile and other types of digital advertising. The event solidifies the brand's status as an expert in digital marketing while also boosting sales of their SEO tools and software. Right? Your event theme should have the that clear of a vision as well. Something that fits the brand, the event goals, and the audience's tastes all at the same time. Next step, get to know your audience. Well, the best way to identify your target audience for an event is to analyze any data you may have about your attendees from previous events. Surveys, ticket sale rates, and even social media shares can help you uncover clues about their likes and dislikes. Look for patterns and make a list of elements you may want to remix into this new event concept. If you don't have attendee data from past events, you can always try what you can try analyzing your competition's key demographics, what the people, where the people are coming from, what like which age group they belong to, which income class they belong to. Okay, what are their psychographics, which gender they belong to, like what gender in majority will be there. Or what else you can do? You can look for ideas at other similar industry events. Okay, what they have done, how they have organized a party, especially the successful one. If there was an event, you can look for ideas to those events, at those events. And what else? Sending out a survey to social media or newsletter followers. You can send out a survey. You can have them, tick the right choice. This is how you get to know your audience better. Next step, gather information on your potential attendees to get a better understanding of their interests, likes, and personal goals. So data is your best friend, okay? Look at the numbers and patterns across every available resource. And use web analytics like ticket sales performance and attendee surveys to gain greater insights into the wants and needs of your audience. One of the latest trends in marketing is people-led planning. This approach, what it does, it relies on audience feedback to determine event budgets, messaging, and even what type of events they host. Compared to the old way of thinking when planning every rupee and activity before quarter one of a new year sent event organizers around the country into a frenzy during the holiday season. This idea of going with the flow and allowing audiences to practically make decisions for you is pretty radical. You are asking them, you are, getting insights on what should you do, how to design this theme. It's more convenient than the redundant and the old age way of doing things. Okay, so you gather information on your potential attendees and you get a better understanding of their interests, likes, and personal goals. Okay, and the last step, choose an event venue that supports your goals and caters to your target audience. So again, it's very similar to what we have discussed in the previous video. Your event venue, it determines most of what your event will look like and feel like, making it very easy to narrow down your theme choices. There's even been growing demand for non-traditional event venues in recent years. For example, if your event theme is catering to paralegals who need help building team rapport, you may consider choosing an escape room or indoor volleyball court for your venue, something that helps them build relationships outside of the office. Right? This is like kind of a goal that you want to your employees to get together. You want them to build some relationship. So this venue, the event venue is very important. They should support your goals and caters to your target audience. After discussing how to design a theme in simple steps, let us move towards and discuss how to design an event concept in simple steps. Now that we have cleared up any confusion about all the relevant terms and dipped our toes into the event design process, it's time to learn the best practices of event concept creation. Use these ideas to get inspired and wow your attendees. The attendee journey map. Step into your audience's shoes and consider your event concept through attendees' eyes. When you create an attendee journey map, you will be able to figure out why participants would feel motivated to attend. What is there? What's special? How they would be most likely to discover it, and how you could use your event concept to drive attendance. Sometimes all a potential attendee needs to click that registration button is a fresh event concept. If your event concept is fresh and it's new, it's something which has not been done, so it kinds of pull in a lot of attendees. So I'll give an example. Let us take up an example of a movie. So even the movie boasts of some superstars in it, but if the concept is redundant, you have seen it via trailer, okay, this is the tried and tested formula, and this has been done so many times. Okay, this is a corpse. No, there's no need for you to drag that corpse again and again, and we are tired of watching it. We have already seen it so many times. Then even if there's a presence of a superstar, the film doesn't work. People, are not excited enough for it. And simultaneously, even with a newer actor or a recent star, which is not a superstar, a fresh idea, a fresh concept can pull in a lot of audience. So this attendee journey map, just go into the shoes and consider your event concept through your attendees' eyes. Next, choosing the event focal point. This main attraction will form the center of all your other event concept ideas, tricks, and strategies. Once this is in place, you have done more than half of the hard work needed to pull off an awesome event concept. So these are, there's one more. Factoring in partners and sponsors. The third step. Communicate well with partners and sponsors by seeing the event from their perspective and understanding what information is most relevant to them. For example, a conference sponsor is going to be more concerned with their banners and signage than what caterer you choose, obviously. So only communicate the most important and relevant information to each individual party. Okay? No need to communicate what is there in the food, what kind of catering, who is doing the catering to the sponsor. Just let them know that your banners, your signage, your standee, everything is in place. Wherever you want us to put them, we already have done that. Okay? Focus on 3 to 5 events areas that most greatly impact your stakeholders' goal. Then ask the stakeholder which areas most interest him or her. They'll get the information they need, and you'll make sure that each decision is being made by only the most relevant parties. Okay. The best way to negotiate with all three decision making parties. Who are the three parties? Well, clients, designers, and stakeholders, is to come up with an event concept that helps everyone achieve their goal, allows each brand to cohesively mingle, is unique enough to capture the attention of everyone's target audience, meets the aesthetic expectations of everyone involved. Okay, next we'll discuss how to hire an event manager. So before building your job description and interviewing candidates, identify your event goals to help decide if you are searching for an event planner or event manager. Follow these steps to hire an event planner or event manager according to your company's event needs. Let us begin. Okay, number one, determine your business event goals. Sit down with your team, okay, and why? To determine what type of events you would like to host. If you'd like to throw smaller events like happy hours, office holiday parties, or client appreciation parties, you may only need an event planner to handle smaller tasks like booking locations and decorating. For large-scale events like award ceremonies, fundraising events, or conferences, an event manager is the ideal choice. Okay, examine everyone you have on your team when making this decision as well. If you have enough employees with time and resources available to handle other parts of the event management process like marketing, promotion, building the registration sheet, or handling ticket collection, then you may only need an event planner to prepare for the event itself. Number two, build your company's budget. Who you hire to handle your events often depends on the financial status of your company. If you don't have enough funds to cover a full-time employee to handle your events, consider hiring an independent contractor or a freelancing event planner. If you are only able to hire one full-time employee on board an event planner. For larger budgets, you may have to hire an event manager along with additional event management team members to handle all parts of your event. You may also have the option to hire a full-time event manager who then hires freelancers to delegate their event management tasks to. Next, create a job description that lists your company's needs. Once you have established the event goals and objectives of your company, build your job description for the role. Highlight the event goals your company hopes to accomplish and detail every task you'd like the employees to complete to give them a clear idea of what's expected of them. Okay, include your employee value proposition and any benefit you offer to make your business look valuable and enticing to candidates. Okay, so creating a complete job description that lists your company needs is again a very important part when you are hiring an event planner. Then put together a list of questions asking how the candidate will handle your event. So when you are ready to interview quality candidates, have pre-made questions ready to ask them. Provide different situational and behavioral interview questions that help you better picture their event planning process and understand how they'll handle certain event management challenges that arise. So you should have all such questions written which you think will be good to understand and how they are going to handle that whole event designing and planning and management challenges which arises. So what possible questions can be asked? Well, possible questions to ask include, let us go one by one through these questions. Do you use any event or task management software tools to help you organize tasks and stay efficient? Or you can ask, what's your strategy for event marketing and promotion? Right? You'll get the idea what kind of a strategy this person is thinking to make. Or you can ask, how have you measured your event success? Again, very important question. Is only via the number of attendees? Have you had that person ever counted the post event scenario? So it gives you an idea. Or you can ask, tell me about a time when an unexpected issue occurred at one of your events. How did you resolve it? So that kind of experience, if something happened, something didn't show up last minute. So when the person is explaining, you'll get a better idea of what kind of qualities this person is having. And what else you can ask? You can ask, what would you do if one of your speakers cancel 3 days before the event? What contingency plan have you put together? So these questions can be asked while you are hiring an event planner. And make sure the candidate you hire understands your industry and company goals. So after you select the best fit for the role, begin training them on how your industry operates. They must have extensive knowledge of your company and industry to host events catered towards your audience and current customers. So this is how you hire an event planner. And to conclude in this video, firstly, we had discussed the concept of event styling. Okay, then we discussed how an event theme and event concept are different, how these are jobs of different people. If it's a smaller event, one person is enough, or if it's a larger event, then you need to have a separate event stylist, okay, to just give life to whatever dreaming the event designer has done. So we kind of have differentiated that event designer is the person who is dreaming about how should the event be like. Then he or she gives the dream to the event stylist, and now this is the job of event stylist to bring that to life. Further, how to design an event theme was discussed. Lastly, how to design an event theme, how to hire an event manager was discussed in the video. These are the references for this particular video. So thank you very much for listening, and we'll meet in the next video. Have a nice day.